All the flowers are coming up. Oh, the sun, it looks like we might get some sun. Over here, it's not too solid. That is awesome how it doesn't bounce though when you're walking, so it's fluid.
Taking all those off the phone, put them on the computer, so don't.
I put a disc in there, about 64 gig disc in the phone. Raining already? The trees are coming in good. That's just a test run to see how the footage is. I want to do some more research on some of the history sites. That is crazy. The X stays pretty much on the same thing, and when you're moving it. Still never been in there. You know how much people's products have had to go into waste? It's 60 degrees out. I'll take that for upstate New York. That sign's been on there for months. Says it's coming in months. Melios.
I actually smell that.
Oh, I smell the barbecue, yeah, from Slam and Jammin'.
It's like throw up from a dog.
See, they changed that over there. That's definitely better than it was.
What was that? See you soon, sale?
See you soon. Be safe.
An end shot of Market.
Huh? Yeah. Look down at Market. This is Market Street during the pandemic. As you can see, there's a few cars getting food and going in for takeout. And this here is kind of the history of Corning, New York. Let me tilt it up so you can see it. That on the right is the armory right there, where they used to actually store ammunition during the Civil War. As you follow along, you see actual stuff going on. Part of the Chemung Canal, which was a feeder canal for the Erie Canal. This is the start of Corning Incorporated. At the time it was called the Brooklyn Flint Glass Company. That came to Corning, New York in the 1800s, and one of the biggest producers in the 1800s of this area was cigars, believe it or not. And the train system, which was the hub here in New York, had trains with the New York Central, the Phoebe Snow, many train systems, Erie, Lackawanna, that connected to go all over the world. It's kind of like a little history of Corning. And there's the Radisson Inn, as you can see. And as we look down, pan around so you can see that's over towards Denison Park. And that is right down Market Street again. So we'll be going back up the other side now. We'll keep going this way. Here's the site of Corning. Sure, on their phone. Alright, over there is the river. We're going to do a lot more walking paths. Every time we go someplace and walk, we'll be doing walking paths and hiking paths, and hopefully if you can't get out, you can enjoy these paths outside in our area and where we go. And if you happen to be in the Corning area, hopefully you can see some of this stuff. And we're trying to get out and make the best of it with what's going on, trying to keep our social distancing 6 feet away, but at least enjoying the outside after work. Maybe. This is past the Market Street. So the clip I showed you, we walking back up to, it's Corning, almost exactly the same as it was in the 1800s, except for obviously the different stores that are in there. But there were actually more people that lived in Corning in the 1800s than do now, believe it or not. It was a pretty hustling area, but we still have a Fortune 500 company here in Corning, New York, and they make Corning, or they did make Corning glass, I should say, and they still do. But the fiber optics is the big thing now, as well as Gorilla Glass for phones and stuff. But this is the home of it, and just taking on your walk around our city. This is the Radisson. Used to be the Corning Hilton when I was little. Remember that one was a Corning Hilton? Mm-hmm. Now it's the Radisson. Nice day out, the sun's peeking out, it's like 60 degrees. It's about like after 5, I had to work today till 4:30, so we just got out, and it's just, we've had snow for the previous week for the most part, and this is really the first nice day we've had, so we decided we'd get out and enjoy it instead of being stuck inside. These trees that you see up ahead here, let me see, those get gorgeous white buds on them, and the entire streets are covered. You can see the white starting to come in as we get closer. Sorry for the zoom in, I gotta get used to this handheld thing, so if it's a little crazy. So here are the trees that are starting to bud, and it's beautiful. They all turn white, as you can see over here towards the river. So walking path over there. Over there in the distance is the high school, Corning Paint and Post High School. And up here that you can't see right now, over there is where they make the Corel for Corning. I'm sure y'all know Corning ware, Corel or Pyrex. It's made there. And this is the library we're walking on up to, the Corning Library. You can see some more of them trees starting to bud. It's finally turning spring here in upstate New York. You see those trees? There you go. Same as we go under. Over here is City Hall and the ice skating rink. We're walking by this Corning City Hall there. We're in the walking path. And to the left here is the library. As you can see, it says the library is closed. COVID-19. Says we'll be closed starting March 17th, and actually we are closed until, according to Governor Cuomo, as of now we're on the pause till May 15th. So it's pause New York till May 15th, and we'll figure out then what's going to happen. As you can see, the ice skating rink over here that they use, and the police station. And the library, as you can probably see through the windows here. Oh, that looks nice over there. Look how they're doing the sides of the building. See how it curves in? The new place.
Oh, yeah. Really want coffee.
Huh?
I really want coffee.
They're closed now, aren't they? As you can see, another tree getting the buds. Isn't that pretty? Springtime is beautiful around here. Spring and fall and summer are great. The winters are they're the ones that'll get you. I mean, it was literally snowing and 20 degrees this past week. I got the birds over here looking for food. Squirrels. We're just on a walking path that goes through Corning. Alright, you'll be able to see over here, like I was telling you about, that's the factory where they make the Corning ware. Corral, it's actually called World Kitchen now. Corning Incorporated sold it to World Kitchen. It's still called Corning Ware and Corral, but actually World Kitchen makes it now. here or the next one?
Don't matter.
Go one more then. There's Woodhouse Stadium Grill. Decent food in there. So bear with us as we make a few of these and we get more used to doing it, and we'll take you wherever we go. Sounds like they're having a little get together at the Woodhouse. Oh, chipmunk. Lots of robins are out. Sounds like a... Where is he at? There's Cardinal. See him up there? Sound like him.
Yep, right at the top.
Yep. Sherry's a big Cardinal. First, I don't know if you can see him. Let me zoom in.
Right up here.
See if we can see him. Right there he is. Come back down, come back down. There he is. Right there. I don't know if you can see him in the screen there, right in the middle. Little Cardinal. See if I can focus on him. Right there he is. We heard him chirping. You can always, those Cardinals got a distinctive sound, that's for sure. Alright. Alright. Back to the walk. Zoom back out here. Sorry for that. Like I said, getting used to the zooms on this. It's pretty nice. This is actually the DJI gimbal. It's the first time really experiment with it, taking with the video. So leave in the comments, tell me what you think, if it looks decent and not jumping around. Hopefully it stabilizes pretty decent. We're gonna be doing lots of hikes this summer. We'll be going different, go to Ithaca, New York, where there's lots of gorges, and we'll be going to different cities, so we'll take you along with us wherever we go. This is like our inaugural video and walk. Right, Cheryl?
Correct.
Or Sherry. All right. So I'll probably post this tonight right to YouTube. Probably be on, which is Sunday. What's the third day of the NFL draft? No, it's Saturday. I work today.
Oh,
What's today? The what? Saturday.
25th.
Saturday, April 25th.
Do we have to have a YouTube name or whatever?
Well, it's on Trail and Hike, so it's not, that's the name of our channel, Trail and Hike. So this will just be our first. We'll probably label each picture, but the YouTube channel is Trail and Hike, so subscribe and share it. Like I said, this is going to be the first one. Probably going to take us some time to build up some people. This is the alternative school for math and science in Corning, New York. Actually, I forget his name. He won the National Spelling Bee. Went to the school on ESPN. He was a National Spelling Bee, I think it was last year or the year before. And Corning started this school, Corning Incorporated, with the help of many other people. And I'm not 100% sure on everything here, but the way I hear it is that Corning wanted them to open a math and science school because of what they're doing at Corning Incorporated. They want to be able to teach younger kids and be able to hire within the community for Corning. So they opened this alternative math and science school so they can teach them the stuff that they actually need to know as they work at Corning.
should have brought your mask so you can go in the store for me.
Huh? For what?
Drink.
Yeah, in New York you gotta wear masks. So if you go into a store, you have to wear a mask if you're in public and can't social distance. So we're outside right now, not around people, so we don't have to wear one. But if you go inside a store in New York, you have to wear a mask. We're walking on what they call the south side now. This is east south side of Corning, New York. Move up the main. So here's the front of the school. Let me show you. Let me zoom into it. Let's go up here. Oh, let me go this way. There it is. It's an old converted school. They converted to an alternative school for math and science. The Board of Education used to be here. I'm not sure before that. It was definitely like an old school. I'll have to find out. I'll do more of a history walk. I used to give tours when I was younger, Corning, but I'll have to freshen up on some of the stuff and give you guys a history walk because there's plenty and plenty of stuff here in Corning. It's kind of neat as far as history is concerned. Corning's called the Crystal City because they consider it the glass capital of the world. Pretty much, they made the bottom of the space shuttle here, and pretty much every manned American flight that went into the U.S., Corning made the glass for it. And they make the mirrors for all the telescopes. Mount Palomar in California, make the telescope for that. They also have. They made the telescopes for all the satellites. The Hubble, I'm sure you've heard of. Corning made the mirror for the Hubble. So it's not many people out walking for such a nice day though. This is Founders over here, where it's I don't know the proper terms, of old folks home, but kind of like that. Nursing home, yeah. Sure, he said rehabilitation center. It was neat. I was walking over here the other day, and there was a guy. As you see, probably see, they have all these signs in the windows because being a nursing home with the COVID-19. See, that sign says, let me zoom in here, see if you can see it. Let's see. Let me get there. Sorry guys, I get used to this. So as you can see, that sign, it says, missing my family but doing well. And all these have different signs on them. Because obviously with COVID-19, they don't want to take the chance of seeing their family. So it was cool. One time right over here, I saw a guy, he brought his boom box and he was singing to everyone. He had the boom box on his shoulder and he was singing songs for everybody. Must be his mother was in there and he was singing songs for everyone to hear outside. It was really neat. Yeah, and then up here you can see where they put in, see what it says. It says heroes work here. And they do. Thank you. Sherry does frontline work too. So for all you people working in the hospitals and doing frontline, you're the soldiers in this war. So thank you for everything you do, that's for sure. Over here you can see new apartment complex being built. This used to be Corning Hospital. Right over here where Corning Hospital was, they tore that down. That's where I was born and my parents were born. Sherry was born. Pretty much all of us around here were born there. And they tore it down and they built a new one going towards east of here, going towards Big Flats, Elmira. Now they're making an apartment complex out of it. Really nice too, it looks like. This is going to be First Heritage Bank right there. And Serviu Credit Union's building a new one in Post too, so a lot of construction around here. The construction's still going on, so there's a lot of new construction for sure. But Corning's on the map for quite a few things. They made Thomas Edison's first light bulb, which you can still see over at the Corning Museum of Glass. It's like the third or fourth largest tourist attraction in New York State behind Niagara Falls. Alright, here we go. Sorry, a little hiatus there, guys. I'm learning how to record so it doesn't stay on my phone, it goes to my SD card. Alright. So this, we are walking up First Street in Corning. See a lot of these beautiful large homes. People starting to do yard work. Look at that Cynthia bush coming in. Beautiful Cynthia bush over there. How quick do Cynthias grow? If anyone knows this, put it down in the comments. We're thinking about using borders at the house. We're looking for something that grows quickly and is nice, right? That we can use for border at the house. So if anyone's got any ideas, let us know. Something that's got grow fairly quick. We love the fire bushes, but we figure they take too long. But if anyone's got any ideas. Oh, look at the purple flowers. Look over here, guys. The purple flowers. Let me zoom in. See that? Let's see if we can zoom in more. I'll try it. There you go. See the flowers? That's pretty. Oh, squirrel on the bush. Oh, it's clouded over. It was sunny. In and out. Right here, if anyone needs their hair or nails done, best hair and nail studio in all of Corning, New York. So if you happen to be here, if you're from the area and you want to get nails or hair done, best place right here in the Massage and Wellness Center, Michelle's Hair and Nail Studio. And she's my cousin. Over here is Wall Street. My dad and my family grew up right down there, the third house down. This is Dr. Sumatelli's office here, this beautiful big house. I'm going to see some cool architecture here at the churches soon too. There's definitely some beautiful churches in Corning. from the early 1800s. Must have been a copper roof on that church there. It's kind of turned kind of like the Statue of Liberty color. The green when the copper changes, when it oxidizes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey squirrel, what are you looking for? This is one of the beautiful churches. This actually here is a bed and breakfast. It used to be called the White Birch Bed and Breakfast. Frederick Carter, I don't know if for those of you that like glass or crystal, Frederick Carter is very well known. He laid actually the fireplace in there stone by stone. If you guys like glass, check Frederick Carter out. Google him. Frederick Carter, C-A-R-D-E-R. We have some streets and some schools named after him here. Very well known in the art and glass community. And this is pretty much the motto for Corning right here. See this? Hate has no home here. That's one of the advantages of small town America. You're there for your neighbors. I hope it's that way where you live. And there's another Episcopal church over here. Just gorgeous, gorgeous architecture. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'll show you a picture of the church I just walked by on the other side. It's easier to see from over there instead of being close up. But look at that. Alright, now let me show you this picture. Alright, let's turn it over here. And there's that one. Isn't that gorgeous? That's pretty cool. Sorry, trying to get the top, trying to get everything for you without making you go dizzy. I'll get more used to the controls after we get a couple videos down. Then over there, you see, used to be the old fire station. That's actually the Rockville Museum now of Western Art. We'll be going by that again. I'll be taking you on some more walking tours of Corning. This is just one of our paths that we like to take when we get out of the house. So hopefully you're able to get out, get a little exercise instead of being inside all the time. And I know I'm guilty of not eating the right things over the past couple weeks. That's why I told Sherry I gotta start eating properly too. We're getting the exercise in now. We got to get the diet to go with it because I've been eating anything and everything you put in front of me. And here's another church we're coming up on. So all these are within just like a block or two radius of each other.
Nice green grass.
It is nice green grass. It's a big difference when people take care of their property. It really, even just the outside makes it look. Just doing a little bit of work on the outside, the grass and edging and stuff really makes the house look nice. As you can see, this tree's blooming, a big one with a magnolia tree next to it. I believe that's a magnolia tree getting ready to pop. I can't remember. I'll have to wait till it blooms to make sure, but I think so. Here's another. This is the first Presbyterian church. Here you can see First Presbyterian Church. Some flowers.
The old library.
Yeah, and right here is the old Corning Library that's been converted to apartments. So, as you can see, it says World War Memorial Library. Absolutely beautiful building that was converted. It stayed vacant for a long time. And then over here, which is our DMV now, used to be the old courthouse. Very old structure too. Most of these structures are from the 1800s. So like I said, Corning was a very vibrant town in the 1800s. With all the trains and commerce they had going on here. It was way busier than it is now. Even when you look at old photos of Corning, it was just like packed all the time. You know, when you see those old photos.
It's like New York City with dirt and
Yeah,
brick roads.
that's right. With like, yeah, dirt roads. As you can see over here, nice little garden area they do. I think it's a daycare too, so that's why they have the daycare stuff over there. This used to be somewhere around here. I'm sure someone that's going to be from Corning is going to remember, but the Fox Theater was right over there. See, there's a better picture. Let me zoom in. We'll get closer to it. Of right there is the actual Rockville Museum I was telling you about. As soon as I get down to it, right there. I'll get closer shots when we get over there. But that's the Rockville Museum. And right over here used to be a Fox Theater. And actually, I seen Star Wars in that theater, and that was tore down. Gosh, I'm not even sure how long ago. Well, it must be 6 o'clock if you hear the bells. Corning's definitely got lots of bells and whistles. They still have the air whistle go off when the Corning factory to let people know when it's lunchtime and to go back to lunch, and when it's time to be to work in the morning at night, so you hear it blow every now and then. We're getting ready to cross Denison Parkway. And we're going to go back over to Market Street. And as you can see little Joe over there in the distance. We'll get closer to him too, but that's little Joe where they used to make thermometer tubing up there, you can see. We'll get closer to it and I'll show you. But that's where they used to make thermometer tubing back in the day before it was automated. Pretty much any type of glass you can think of was almost done here in Corning, that's for sure. The automobile glass that actually wait, what happened? I hit something. Alright. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to edit that. There we go. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. I hit a wrong button. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Not that that's any different from any other time, right, Sherry? So we're walking up to the clock tower here. Oh, look at these. Look at this. They got masks on. Look at here, guys. Oh, 3 little bears. Look at that. And they all got their masks on for Mother's Day. But they're staying healthy too. And they got some flowers. That's right, Mother's Day is coming up. So fast. Seems like a lot longer than a month we've been cooped up. You know what? Yes. Seems a long time. And straight ahead you can see the clock tower there. That's been here for pretty much the eternity. At the bottom I'll show you too once we go over that way. Another video. They actually have a place where horses used to be able to get drinks when they were waiting for people to shop. So here, that's the Barons to Ben place here in Corning. As you see, shop local. It's a beautiful street. If you ever get a chance to vacation and you got a day or a couple days that you can spend. Look at this, this is a homemade, here's all the oils. Crystal City olive oil, see that? You can go in and sample and taste oils. You can sample them whenever you want. They have different pieces of bread. Movie theater, just a great street. So we might take it for granted, but a lot of people might have never seen a street like this. You know what? like an old 1800 street that hasn't changed. That's kind of what this is right here. Is it's like an old 1800s street. There's Cugini's, open window dining. Everyone's got their masks on, being safe. So there's not many people out though. Normally it's packed here on a Saturday night. There's so many restaurants on the street, and there's the Rockville Center there, right on the other side of the orange car. That actually used to be a big department store, kind of like our Macy's. At the time, it was like with the basement 4 floors. It was a great place to shop when I was younger. There's so many different things they do on this street in the summertime and different events. It's definitely a must-see. I think like Oprah, it's on Oprah's list for best little towns. It's won all sorts of awards for best little city and little towns and stuff, so it's definitely worth a check. If you Google Corning, New York, we got second most wineries just not too far from here at the Finger Lakes, just like as much as Napa Valley. All right, do our social distancing of 6 feet. We are up on the west side, and as I turn down here, you'll get I'll show you another closer view. You're going to see this is Corning Incorporated World Headquarters. Right down here is Corning Incorporated. Through the trees, I'll get a closer shot for you, but that's the headquarters, the Fortune 500 company, Corning Incorporated. So the phone you're watching this, might be watching this on, or your iPad or something, all that Gorilla Glass made by Corning. Corning got the patent on it. They actually did it in the 70s, believe it or not. They made that, the Gorilla Glass, and now it's almost on every piece of handheld device that you use. So it's pretty, this little town's had a pretty big impact on the world, for sure. Alright. Trying to do our social distancing, 6 feet. Over here's one of many Vitrix. This is a hot glass studio. You can go in and watch them blow glass and buy different products there, and there's multiple places like that on the street as far as arts and glass blowing studios, and people come from all over the world to learn how to blow glass over at Corning. But this is probably one of the best Vitrix. They've been around almost forever, haven't they? As long as I can remember.
Yeah. Since I was a kid, I think.
Sherry and I were both born and raised here in Corning, so Hey, how you doing, guys? There he is. This is my cousin Rico, and Rico's. If you're ever in Corning, best pizza place to go right here. They're right here, Rico's. There's my cousin.
Richard Cable, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from other end of the street.
That's right.
And by the way,
yes,
enlightened philosophical being.
Yes, it is. It's the enlightened preacher himself. Right. Yes. Right. So if you're ever in Corning, definitely Rico's is the place to get your food right here. Rico's. What's the address here?
92 West Market.
92 West Market Street, guys. And Rico's is one of many pizza places that has phenomenal pizza. Neilio's has phenomenal pizza. There's so many. And obviously we have your normal Domino's and stuff like that. So, all right, we're gonna walk down the other side of the street. Then we'll come up by Little Joe. As you can see, some of these shops are just hurting. Delivery coming soon. Coffee, order online. So it's hard. A lot of these small businesses gotta be, like a lot of people do, gotta be pretty hard with everything going on right now. Here's the place I was telling you about, Bitrix. Look at some of the stuff they make. Handmade, glass blown. Absolutely amazing. Oh yeah. Look at over here. Look at this. Look at that. Just absolutely gorgeous. And all this stuff is for purchase here. Like I said, it's going to fill up an entire long weekend for you. You come here to visit for sure. Oh yeah. It is still dead for a Saturday though. This is the time we usually have tourists too in town on the weekends. And obviously that's not happening. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we found him. Been missing all these years. He's been in a window in Corning, New York. The Elvis lamp. Where else can you get an Elvis lamp? Come on. Corning, New York. Elvis lamp, capital of the world. Alright. Brewery right here. Make their own beer. Little fountain.
What was the Guinness record for the most bars back in the day?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this street here is actually, if it's, you'd have to double check. We haven't checked in a while, but it's definitely in the Guinness Book of World Record, or was, for the most bar. Then was it 9?
Stretch.
Yeah, from the stretch from one end of the street to the other, per capita.
A lot of clothes,
Yeah, so, and barely anymore. There's only a few left. This was back in the day. My dad said when they would come home from college, they would try to do a shot in every bar and try to make it. No one could ever make it. There are just way too many bars up and down the strip. But since then, it's been bought out by antique shops and restaurants and salons and artisans. So it's not that way anymore, that's for sure, but it used to be.
All this food I smell making me hungry.
I know. A lot of people have their doors and windows open in the restaurant, so food is just emanating from the buildings. You can see some of that architecture. Yeah, you just don't see these type of streets anymore in America. It's mostly strip malls, shopping centers. You don't see complete full streets. So that's one of the advantages. We kind of get used to it, but people enjoy it when they come for sure. Bakeries, restaurants, movie theaters. Now if you can see over there, see the melting clock? Let me try to get up here. Look at that, see the melting clock coming out the window? That's the West End Gallery. That's kind of neat. Those are little nuggets you get to see. They're little secrets that happen. This is the visitor center here. Corning Chamber, wrong way. Corning Chamber of Commerce is in here. Barron's to Bed Place used to be a hotel. I remember we used to eat. My mom and dad, every time there's a big sparkle here on the street. The first Saturday in Christmas, it's called the Christmas Sparkle. And we would get a sundae in there, in this place right here. We would get a sundae in there every time we came to the Sparkle. It was like when I was little. So now we are at Centerway Square. And this is where the clock is. over here. What's going on, man? And here is the clock. As you can see, the clock tower, and it does work. It is 6:15 right now. And as you see here, all right, erected in 1888, and it's for Erastus Corning. That's who Corning is named after. His name is Erastus Corning. I guess he was like a train tycoon, and later was like mayor of Albany, I believe. And there's actually a Corning building in Albany named after him too. But as you see here, this is actually a place where people would bring their horses into Corning, and obviously the fountain wasn't there, but there would be water there, and the horses would line up here to get drinks while people were shopping. So they would bring over their horses to get water and everything while the people were shopping here. This was the center of Corning here. This is the parking garage. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we always go a little further. Too nice to not. This is the train tracks that still come into Corning. Oh, look at that sun, gorgeous. It's beautiful. So nice to be outside after this past week, I'm telling you. If you're anywhere in the Northeast, you know what I'm talking about. It's been bitterly cold. Most days you wake up to snow, a little dusting on the cars and ground. But this is Corning Incorporated. I have had, well, if 3 generations before myself have worked here. My great-grandfather, I believe he was here when that was first the Brooklyn Flint Glass Company. Then my grandfather worked on it. Worked here for a while. Mostly on the railroad he worked. My dad actually ran the glass center. He was the operations manager of the Glass Center. And I worked here as a tour guide, and her brother just retired from Corning. He had like 40 years in or something, didn't he? 25. And her dad had 40 some years in, so all of our roots are pretty much, some family has worked for Corning. Look at this guy's coming in. Look at that. Look at that, Sherry, isn't that gorgeous? Finally, spring is here.
Nice.
Spring is here, guys. So I know it stinks, you're probably in your house, but we've just been trying to keep ourselves busy, trying to do stuff outside the house, and did some mulching and try to get out when we can. Oh, all the flowers are starting to pop up. Look at that. As you can see, little Joe there in the distance. That's where they did the thermometer tubing I told you about earlier.
Everybody don't know what Little Joe is.
Well,
big tower.
Yeah, I'll show them. Like I pointed to it, and I'll show you the sign too when we get close. It's a little secret. So when you say Little Joe, and you come to Corning, you know Little Joe. All the flowers are popping up, and this is world headquarters. Right here at Corning. This right here, this little building right in front, they actually kept that's the original entrance to the old factory that used to be on this spot for Corning when it was the Corning Glass Works. It used to be called the Corning Glass Works, then they switched to Corning Incorporated. But that was the original entrance that they left as a reminder and a tribute to all the people that worked here before. And this is, as I'll show you, Corning Incorporated. Ta-da! There she is. This view doesn't give it justice. It's a gorgeous building. And as you see here, this is a time capsule. They dedicated this in 2001, June 2001. It's going to be open in 2051. So right here is a time capsule that they will reopen and 2051, so that's pretty cool. They had a huge fireworks display when they dedicated it, remember? It was massive. Biggest 4th of July fireworks that, it wasn't obviously 4th of July, it was for the opening of that, but look at all the flowers, guys. Lots and lots of flowers. Alright, so now, as you can see, this tower, sorry for going that way, still getting, this is what we call Little Joe. And, sure, he had a good idea, zoom in up here so you see. Alright, let me get the, there, you see that? It's a guy, oops, sorry. It's a guy who is blowing, what do you call that goes in the glory hole? Through the tube, through the glass tube, blowing the glass. And that is what they call, got the nickname Little Joe. I'll show you the little monument for it over here in the statue. But yeah, so up at the top, someone used to be up there, and they used to draw tubing and long strands to make thermometer tubing. Pretty cool. They wanted to tear it down at one point, but Jamie Houghton, who was the CEO of Corning at the time, said it was up to the citizens, and the citizens decided to keep it. And now it pretty much is I think more than anything, is a symbol of Corning. If you see the tower, you pretty much know Corning, New York. So it's kind of like our little symbol, but I don't think it's used for anything now. It's just more symbolic than anything. So we'll walk over here and see it. So like I said, we're going to do more videos. We're going to get out. If we go up to walk the gorges, if we go to the state parks, if we do some nature hikes, we'll take you with us. And hopefully we can slowly build up some people who want to be part of the crew and go along with us as we go. And so if you happen to like us, let some people know. We'll get better. It's going to be a little rough around the edges the first few times till we get everything down pat. We're just in the beginning stages. So as we come around, you will see I'll also sometime I'll put up some drone footage, some beautiful shots of Corning. I'll put some of that. So here is the base, and
How tall it stand?
I'll have to check how tall it stands, but as you see, now let's zoom in there. Alright, now that's a zoom, right, Sherry? So now that you can see that better. That's the top of it. I apologize for being shaky. Alright, so pull it down. And we'll go over here to the actual little monument they have. But yeah, it's pretty big. I'm not even sure what I'm doing is doing it justice for the size of it. It's a decent size. I think it says the actual size over here. Alright, so here, now as you can see, what we've been calling up Little Joe. So, it was built in 1912, represented great forward and tubing production technology. The vertical draw, it was called.
185 feet high.
It's 100, yep, sure, you said it's a 185 foot tower, and you can see where they had the glass vats down here, and they would raise it, they would bring it all the way to the top, the guy at the top to draw it up there to make the glass tubing and actually cut it. So it's actually pretty cool. You can see Corning, since its origin, 1851, when it switched from the Brooklyn Flint Glass Company. Now obviously they're making fiber optics, and like I said, even here it says Little Joe, familiar trademark. When you look at that, everyone knows Corning, but Corning's had their hands in so much stuff when it comes to glass and technology. The space flight thing is what is really cool to me. Now here is a little monument. As you can see, he's blowing the same thing. I don't know what you call that tube. I'll have to find out what you call that tube. But you blow it. And this is by, it's called Gaffer on a Bench. And it's bronze, and it was done by Bruno Lucchesi in the USA, born in 1926. So, and over here, this is like the steam plant where they make all the steam for the horns and the whistles that they blow. All right. Think we can get around that way? Alright, looks like they're doing some work over there. So we're in the back parking lot here, walking over towards Bridge Street. Just gorgeous out, beautiful sunny day. It's gotta be 62 degrees, 63 degrees. So like I said, hit the subscription button down there. Hit the bell, give us a little like. I know we're not going to have a bunch of people right away, but hopefully with your help, we can build it up and we can take all you guys with us and have some chats along the way, and we'll interact with you with the comments that you leave us. So just remember, all love in the comments. We're not going to talk about politics or religion or none of that stuff. It's just not worth it. We're just doing this to take you along with us to places we go, and not to get in any arguments with anyone, or we're looking on the positive side of things with this channel. It's not going to be nothing negative. So if you want to leave disparaging comments and stuff, this isn't the channel for you. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but we want everyone here to feel welcome. So recommend this to everyone and come along with us in our journeys. This is going to be the first of many, many. We never sit home, so we're going to take you with us all we go. We actually got a canoe this year too. So we're going to take on some canoe trips. So we'll be going on some boating trips and definitely camping, depending on everything breaks. We're going to get a camper so that we could go camping, but right as we were looking at campers and going out and look at them, everything broke loose, I'm sure you all know. So that didn't allow us to pursue that any further. So if we do get out this year, I'm sure it'll be tent camping, depending on even which sites are open. Even if they're open, I should say, that might even be the bigger thing. They might not even have any campsites open. So it all depends when stuff gets back to normal. Over there, the black building you see there, let me zoom in quick again. Let's see, let's get over here. So that is, as you see right there, so that used to be Corning World headquarters right there, the big black building there. So that used to be the headquarters until they switched it to what I just showed you. They just redid that entire building. They actually took every window out of that place and redid the entire building. And at Christmas time, it spell out Noel, they leave the lights on. And what do they have on it now?
Unity.
Yeah, now they have Unity on it. At nighttime, it lights up in Unity. They leave all the lights on. So this is the Chemung River. And down, yeah, we did. We kayaked this all the way down through. And over there's where we walk through. That's where the walking bridge, and then the car bridge is on the other side. And this is the north side, which used to be called Knoxville back in the day until it incorporated with Corning to make the city of Corning. This used to be the town of Corning. That used to be called Knoxville, and then they combined to make the city of Corning. I know, yeah. Riverside used to be called Centerville. Riverside was Centerville, and then there was Painted Post. And Painted Post was named because there was literally a post, because this is a lot big Indian territory. American Indians, all this, so all the names, Seneca, all the names like Seneca, Cayuga, Cayuga, Oneida, all the names here are well-deserved Indian names, because this was all their land. And there used to be a post right on the, because ours rivers connect, you can go all the way, well, pretty much to, gosh, it connects to the Hudson, I believe, through channels, and it did connect to the Erie Canal. But there was a painted post in the 1700s on the side of the river, so that it was kind of a spot where they knew where they were at in the river. They would see the painted post, and that was actually the name of the town. Became Painted Post. To this day, it's still called Painted Post. we'll take a walk through there too. I'll show you Painted Post. Just outside of Corning, just not even a mile outside of Corning, almost connects. There's a little town called Riverside in between Corning and Painted Post. This is great fishing through here. As you can see, someone's down there fishing. I don't know if you can see them, but down there fishing. Like Sherry said, we started in Lindley, which is 15 minutes away by car, and got in our kayaks and went all the way to Big Flats for our first time too.
6 hours.
6 hours, and 5 backaches later and shoulders gone, we made it. It was fun though at first, and to say the least, we haven't been kayaking again, but we're ready to do it this year after we missed a year. So we're ready to do it again. And this is the Bridge Street Bridge here. They just repainted this. It was blocked off for 5 or 6 months till they redid it. And they just redid it. And you see that little yellow tube underneath there? Well, the steam factory over here, that's Little Joe's there, the steam factory there, that makes steam for Corning Incorporated. They send it over here. It will come up all the way over here. That's why you see the grass doesn't grow very good here. It sends steam up through here over to this yellow thing, the yellow tubing you see on the bridge, which takes it over to the north side, which then takes it over to the Corning plants over there, which supplies all of Corning with steam so they can operate the machineries and stuff. So neat little setup they did here. We were walking over the Bridge Street Bridge. That's the Garden Hilton you see there, green. Hilton Garden Inn. That was just a year or so old, year and a half maybe. They put there, used to be a phenomenal bakery there called Crystal City Bakery. Oh,
Bakery in Corning.
best bakery, best pizza, coffee, everything, donuts, you name it, wedding cakes. I mean, when I was a little kid, they used to have all those wedding cakes in there on display. It was just amazing to walk into there.
Which we've never gotten rid of.
Yeah, it was like an old Italian bakery. And then that left, I would say, 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and it sat vacant for a while because they found out there was glass cullet in the soil that they had to clean up before they finished building the Garden Inn. But as you can see, the beautiful river goes down. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful town. And we're walking across the bridge, so we're going to be back on the north side. And then over this way is where Riverside is, going to Painted Post. And you can see the bridge and the hill. Just a gorgeous area. Just beautiful. Sorry, I'm going every which way. I went to press one way and it goes the other. I'll get it. Trying to operate all just one-handed, and my thumb and my index finger don't want to work together. A little duck. See him? Swimming there. Normally there's always a couple of them together. Oh my gosh, the waterfowl that come here all year round. The Canadian geese, when they go south, they stop here in the winter. And then the normal geese that are around here, that go south, they come back here. So we're always got geese and ducks everywhere here. This building right here was actually renovated for a house, believe it or not. It used to be the Moose Club. I remember, I'm sure it was something before that, but I remember it being the Moose Club. And this is Bridge Street. This is what you would call the business section here, with like a block area of a few businesses, Pizza Hut, some tanning salons, used to be a restaurant, a couple restaurants that are no longer there anymore now on the north side. But so now we're going to walk the dike down back to the car. So this will be our first inaugural walk. Nothing major, just kind of us getting used. There's our shadow. So just our inaugural walk, and you get to get introduced to us, and we get to meet you and leave us some comments in the section, and we're going to keep making them now and hopefully get a following and take you wherever we go. And we do go places all the time where we don't let dust settle on our sneakers too much. So, and there's, as you can see, there's Little Joe again. It's a nice picture. Corning Incorporated to the left. And then the walking bridge. That used to be the driving bridge. Then they made Centerway Bridge. And then and this bridge right there was actually won the Architect, I believe, of the Year award. I know it won the one Architecture Award the year it was made. I'll have to find out what that was when we do like our historic tour. But I know it won the award for the best architecture for the day. Speaking of architecture, on another side, the big black building I showed you, right next to that is the Corning Museum of Glass. And the Corning Museum of Glass is actually like a jigsaw puzzle. I'll show you a drone shot when we do it. When we do that walk, I'll give you a drone shot and show you what it looks like from the sky. It's actually really neat, and that was also in many architecture magazines at the time for the shape of it. But they have glass from King Tut's tomb, and it's amazing the stuff they have in there. Like I said, Thomas Edison's first light bulb, and just the history of glass for, gosh, back to way BC. I don't know when it actually starts, but way BC up until current day. So, but I'd say I'm not sure how many people we get a year, but we're definitely loaded with tourists, and I'm sure this year is going to be different because of COVID-19. And I hope you people are taking precautions and staying happy and living your life. If you got underlying conditions, take it a little more seriously. And if you don't have underlying conditions, think about your grandparents and the people that do have it. I know it sucks having to sit home, but think about those people that can't fend or help themselves, and they're the ones we're really looking out for right now by doing the social distancing and wearing our masks. We're looking out for those groups right now. So like I said, if you got hatred or you want to spew some other sort of anti-anything, go find another channel, because this is going to be positivity. And hopefully we can make your day a little bit better than it was. And try to motivate you to get out a little bit and explore your neighborhood. Get out. You don't have to go very far. I'm sure there's stuff right around the block from you. It's probably interesting, but as long as you move a little bit, keep exercising, which will make you stay happy. And over here, I'm going to get a close-up shot now. Now there is Corning Incorporated. Alright, now that is the world headquarters. See that? That's a pretty big building. And in comparison, there's Little Joe. Oh, sorry, wrong way again. There's Little Joe with a gorgeous shot. And then Corning Incorporated. Over to the walking bridge. So we will be walking Watkins Glen. We'll be doing the gorge up there. We'll show you that. We'll take you to some of the lakes, some of the wineries. We'll take you to the Ithaca, Syracuse, some of the zoos when we take our grandkids to the zoo. Take you with us there, show them off to you, and be able to spend the day with you. So we're getting very close to where we started from.
I get a small shot of the museum over here.
Yeah, probably able, yeah. Make sure so when we get up here, we'll be able to see. This is the Y here. The building there in the front with the flag, that used to be the armory too. And they converted it to the YMCA. And as you'll see as we get up here, I'll get a little closer before I do the silver you see over here. That is the Corning Museum of Glass. That's where the visitors come to see. Well, that's one of the things the visitors come to see because it's a whole package. But let me zoom in here. All right. See that? On the other side, that is all the Corning Museum of Glass. And there's the world headquarters. Alright, so we're just about back to the car. So we appreciate you spending time with us. And we're going to do the next one. We'll do it soon. This one will be up tonight on Saturday. And the next day or two, we'll probably end up putting another one up, weather depending. So thanks for coming. Remember, subscribe, share it, let everyone know you're with us. And we will talk to you later, right, Cher?
Yes, yes.
Let's say bye, Cher. All right, guys. We'll see you later. You have a great day. Stay happy. Keep a smile on your face. We'll talk to you later. Bye.